Okay, cool. So we are, I got some requests to do like a belly to belly topic. So for those of you guys who are new and you don't know what belly to belly is, it's off of social media. So it's like person to person. So I'm going to do in-home parties, like wrap appointments, and I'm going to touch a little bit on like blitzing and events, but like I kind of do like events as like totally separate training. So I'm going to do not too much on that. Oh, you are the best. I haven't eaten yet. Thank you. Okay, so the traditional party, like in-home party that the company like has for us is the traditional like wrap party. And so they actually have what they call a party pad that's already set up for us in eSuite. And so I'm going to screen share so that you guys can see what that looks like. When you signed up with your business builder kit, you actually got one of these, and it's like it's almost like a magazine. And so I'm going to show you what that looks like. You guys can all see. There we go. Okay, so it looks like this. And so you got one in your kit. And so if you're just doing like your launch party, which everybody should at least do one party, you just have to at least try it because you never know. So I think most people, when we talk about this business, we tell everybody that, you know, you can make this money from your phone. And I used to say the same thing when I first started. I would tell everyone, you know, you can make, you know, X amount of income from your phone. But then I started to realize that some people, maybe they're not, I don't want to say not good at social media, but like their niche is something else. And I like using Araceli as an example because even though I met her in high school, but she started off at social media and then she sort of like plateaued. And then we started doing events, and that was like this, you know, gave her this crazy momentum. And so what I realized in that is that you just never know what you're going to be really good at unless you try it. So now when I talk to people, I tell them that they can work this business any way they want to. So if they want to work from their phone, they can. If they want to work face-to-face, I'm going to teach them how to do that. And so face-to-face is going to be in-home parties, events, vendor events, stuff like that. And then if they want to do word of mouth, they can do that, which is like blitzing. And so when I tell them that what I love about this business is that it allows you the freedom to work however you want. So if you want to work strictly from your phone, you can. If you're more of a face-to-face kind of person, you like that human interaction, then I can show you how to work your business that way too. So the first way is in-home parties, just that traditional wrap party. And so the company makes it super easy for us. So you basically bring the magazine, the party pad is what they call it. And so it's the sip it, sample it, and share it. Okay, so it kind of goes over everything for us and makes it super easy. You can also download this. So if you wanted to download this and bring it with you like on an iPad, so you can just like flip through it, you can do that too. So it makes it super simple. And as I kind of go through this, if you guys have questions, just drop them in the chat and I will go through the questions at the very end, okay? So in the very beginning, this is how I would do a like traditional wrap party. All I would bring, so when people first walk in, I have like a sign-in sheet. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. You could make it on Microsoft Word and just like print it off. I want to make sure that I have their name, their phone number, and then I always write on there, like, you know, how did they hear about it? Who invited them? Because if it's my launch party, obviously it should have my name. Or if it's a party that somebody else did for me, I want to make sure that I know that they came for that person. But if it was like a person's person that they invited, do you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a person referred them, you know? The reason for that is because let's say one of my friends, Sally throws a party for me, and Sally invites Sue. Well, Sue brings 5 of her friends. Well, if Sue's 5 friends all sign up, I'm probably going to go to Sue and say, hey, Sue, are you sure that you don't want to be a distributor? Because I could sign up your 5 friends and I'll make the commission off them, or you could make the commission off them. So that's why I like to make sure that I have at least that name of the person who invited them, just to kind of try to keep track. So it's going to have their name, their phone number, who invited them, and if they would like to wrap. So I always make sure that I bring wraps with me, okay? The best way to get wraps is either through a BOGO, so that's a buy one, get one, when the company does those. Through your wrap rewards, so that's every time you sign 2 loyal customers and you keep them, you get a bag of wraps for 25 bucks. So remember, there's 4 wraps in each one. That's, you sell each wrap for $25, that's 75 bucks in profit. And then obviously your auto ship. Like my auto ship always has 1 bag of wraps and then a product that I like. So I always know that I have to sell at least 1 bag of these a month to pay for my auto ship. So I always make sure that I have at least 1 bag with me. So those are either just the regular wraps if I'm doing just like a regular party. Okay, so that's kind of like name, phone number, who invited you, do you want to wrap? So for my wrap party, that's really all I have is the wraps and this party pad, okay? And I basically just kind of gather them around like a table or couch or something like that. And it doesn't really require any kind of like product. You don't need any of that. For a wrap party, you really just need the wraps. If you have empty containers, then by all means bring those. But the company has designed this so that all you really need is this product catalog. So we're gonna go through it real quick. So first, it gives you like a very brief history. I spend like 2.5 seconds on this because let's be honest, people, like they wanna know how the company started, when we became debt-free. And I usually talk about the What the Fit movement, and that's pretty much it. And then of course, I talk about the wrap. And so right when I talk about this is when I say, okay, I noticed we had a few people that wanted to wrap. I'm actually going to go ahead and do that now. I collect the $25 and then I take them real quick into the wrap group. At that time, I have either like my iPad going with all the before and afters. Like I just let people like look at them, kind of pass the, you can either do like, some people do like a binder with before and afters. I do an iPad because I like the camera rolling, but whatever's easier for you guys. And so I kind of just let that like go around and people are looking at it or whatever. So whoever wants to wrap. Some people do the wrapping before the presentation. It kind of just whatever's easier for you, but make sure that you collect the money up front. Also, in the wrap room, bathroom, wherever you're gonna wrap somebody, make sure that you take a before photo, okay? So you wanna make sure you take a before photo. All right, and so then I'm gonna talk a little bit about the defining gel. I'll talk a little bit about the greens. So it does everything for you. And it gives you the retail price and the loyal customer price. So it does all this for you. A little bit about the cleanse. All I say is, and then these are some of our most popular products. I say our cleanse, our ThermoFit, our fat fighter, our shake. It's plant-based protein, you know, no artificial sweeteners. So I just literally read right off of this. And I'm sitting at the same level as them because I want people to feel like, you know, I'm not looking over them kind of thing. Like I want them to feel like I'm on the same level. All right. I'm usually like seated. Or if we're in like a living room environment, I'm kind of by the coffee table kind of thing so that we're all on the same level. And then keto. So then I want to interact. So I'll ask them like, have any of you heard of keto? Who's on keto? If they're on keto, I'll ask them, you know, to share like some stories. How long have they been on it? I'm actually on keto. So I have before and afters for myself. So I'll share those. If you're not on keto, then literally just read straight from this slide. If you are, then share. And then I just talk a little bit about, you know, we have a keto coffee. It's like an instant bulletproof coffee. It makes life so much easier. So I just literally like read right off of here. And so then right from our products, I say, oh my gosh, we have this awesome app called What the Fit. And it's this great way to get recipe ideas and daily activities. And then you also get to spin a wheel to earn coins where you can earn free product. And we have these 3 different packs. And so I talk a little bit about the packs and I let them know that they can save a bunch of money when they bundle together. And that's the benefit of being a loyal customer. So before I even talk about like the business part of it, I ask them if anybody does anybody have any weight loss goals? And like, I try to engage. That part of the presentation usually takes me about maybe like 15 to 20 minutes. It depends on like how talkative people are, right? Like I try to just, I just try to engage with them, like as if you would talk to one of your best friends. And then how I segue into the business is I say, obviously one way to be a part of our company is to meet any one of your goals. It could be through skincare, through weight loss, through the keto, or just overall health. The way I wanted to be a part of this company was I really needed $500. And I tell a little bit about my story, why I joined this business. I've been in the company for 3 years. So if you just started and it's your launch party, then you're going to tell people your why you joined the company. And everybody's why is different, okay? So for me, since I'm a higher rank, I don't generally go into a party and say, I'm a presidential diamond, because I feel like this number scares people and they think that it's unattainable. So I talk about how, I joined the company to make $500 a month. And I asked, I don't know how many of you guys have a car payment and car insurance, but that's what I was like. I joined this company and I was unemployed and I really just needed to pay that car payment and that car insurance. And I remember what it was like when I reached that rank, and that was that weight lifted off my shoulders. And then I say, if you're looking at this average income chart, and hi, Kingston. Hi. And I say, when you're looking at this average income chart, if you are looking at the products, and this is something along the lines of what you would want to do, where on this income chart would you need to be to feel that breathing room? Because I remember what I felt like when that $500 gave me that breathing room. Now, if you haven't reached the spot where you want to be at, then I would just change your wording a little bit. And I would say, I'm working towards that $500 and I'm super excited because it's going to give my family the opportunity to do this, this, and this. Because people relate to just honesty, simple, I don't give it a whole lot of crazy attention. I'm just super simple, super easy. And then I also, because that's going to attract people in your room that are all about money. They need money, right? And then I say that, the company, what I love about the company is that it has all these other things. The company rented out an entire ship to do a cruise, and we go on vacations. And so I talk a little bit about our team. And so I tell them, when you join our team, this is what it's like. You get added to a team page and you get added to a team chat, and it's almost like you inherit this family. And so I want people to know, what it's like. And I let them know that even though they're starting a business for themselves and for their family, it's actually, they're just never alone. And I kind of just talk about some of the things, that I've seen some of our teammates do. I've seen teammates pay off credit card debt. I've seen teammates pay off cars. And so what I love being able to be a part of something where I can dream, my family can dream, and then I get to see people who I would have never been able to meet outside of this business get to achieve their goals too. And then I segue right here. I say, it's super easy and simple to join. It's $99 and you get all this awesome stuff. You get to be your own boss. I basically just literally read right off of this thing, right off of here. We're not required to have any inventory, et cetera, et cetera. You get a whole bag of wraps. And so I literally read right off of here. I don't know why they put this part in here, at the end. And when I go through this, I say, these are just some of the rest of our products. Look at all the, we have this huge product line with all this awesome stuff. And I say, this is just some of the other, our conference. We go to Florida, we have green carpets, and they're all over. So there's all these opportunities that you can come to these events. And then at the end, once that's done, and I close the book, then I ask them, I just want you guys to think, what would you rather be? Are you going more towards, I have some goals and I want that 40% off that loyal customer? Or are you thinking that, I need to make that extra income. I want to meet my goals and I want to make that money. I never give them the option to say no. I'm just I either want to meet my goals or I want to be a distributor. And then we just kind of talk. And I'm if you guys have any questions, just let me know. And then the people who are rapping, I ask them how's that rap feel? I kind of just interact. Okay. So like I said, the party pad is in the documents, but you also have one that came in your I think 2 or 3 that came in your kit. Okay. So like you don't have to know everything about all the products. You kind of just like thumb through it. But the biggest, I'm going to stop the screen share real quick. Okay. So the biggest part of the actual like wrap party is the personal part of it though, because you're face to face with them. It's like the thing that I think people connect more with is what products do you like? What before and afters do you have with you? Doesn't necessarily have to be yours, but just before and afters. When I pick before and afters, I try to pick like a wide range, people of all sorts of different sizes, different shapes, because you just don't know who's going to be sitting at your party. You just don't know. And then just make it personal. So maybe you haven't been in the business very long and you might not have, if you just started, if it's your launch party, then maybe tell your enroller story. Say, I enrolled with a guy or girl who blank, blank, and blank. But people want to feel like they're connecting with a human being. And so when you're face to face, even when you're on social media, but you want to like have that human connection. So like I said, the wrap party, I just use the party pad and a bag of wraps. And then for those people that like to be like creative and are like, Nicole, I have people, they don't want to do a wrap party, they want to do something else. The leaders and I all got together and we decided to do something like non-conventional because that's just what we do. And we designed the facial party. And it's because how many of us have friends, moms, girlfriends, or whatever, that want to come over on a Friday night. They either want to have some wine, have some snacks, and they want to put a facial on. Plus, it's like super easy to advertise and to ask people. So the facial party, I'll tell you up front, does require a little bit of like product investment because it's more than just the wrap, okay? So I want to tell you how that one sets up. I don't use the party pad. It's very hands-on though. So if you're new, I would use your product credit for this. And then if you're a vet like moi, I use my auto ship. But what I do is you're gonna need the cleanser, the toner, the facial wraps, which you can also use your wrap rewards on facial wraps, and that's what I do. And then you'll also need the exfoliating peel. And then generally I have most of my facial parties are at night. Some are in the daytime, but most are at night. And so I get the nighttime cream. It's Repairage. And then Wow is on special right now. So it's like $15. So like I bought like a few of them because there's 30 in a pack. And the company, like for distributors, has like a cleanser toner pack, so it makes it cheaper than buying it individually. So like I try to find like ways to like save. And so essentially what you're doing is there's 2 ways. And so how I advertise the facial party is that, like I'll post on Facebook, or I will create like an invite, like on WordSwag or one of those like apps, where you can create like the little word stuff. And I'll invite them like I'm inviting them to a party. And they have 2 options. They can either do a 15-minute facial free of charge. And the 15-minute facial includes cleanser. And when you're giving them the cleanser, it's literally like a dime size. Like it's like, it's like face wash. Like a little bit goes a long way. So they would do the cleanser and then the exfoliating peel, which I ask them up front before I let them put it on their face, like, do you have sensitive skin? Because if they have sensitive skin, you're only going to put it on for about 5 minutes. If they don't have sensitive skin, then you can use it for the whole 10 minutes. So cleanser, exfoliating peel, and then the toner. And they get, it's not a lot, like, take a few steps. You only need like 1 or 2 sprays, and then the lotion. And that's it. Or if they would like the hour-long facial with the hydrating mask, it's $20. Most people, they pay for the hydrating mask. And so it's it's been an incredibly easy way for me to make like a lot of wrap cash. And then once they come and they have the products on their face, the ratio of loyal customer signing is incredibly high because they're getting to try all the facial products. And they're like, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. I'm in love. Like, I want this right now. And so I've had a really great success rate. So I know that it's a little bit of an investment up front, but I'll tell you that when I was going from diamond, when I was going from diamond to double diamond, there was like this 2.5 month period, 3-month period, where I was like super pregnant, and I was doing all of these facial parties, and I only had to invest in that whole pack one time. So it lasted me about 3 months, except for the facial wraps. Obviously those you have to replenish because you can only use it once. And I did roughly about, I did three to 4 parties a month. So that was about 12 parties. And I did roughly like 4 to 5 people a party. So it definitely lasted. I know they say there's only supposed to be a month's supply, but it definitely lasted. The exfoliating peel, I think I might've had to replace once or twice. But other than that, like the rest of this stuff, maybe I did have to replace it once. I'd have to go back and look, but so it was definitely worth it. We sent a ton of customers. People really loved getting to try the products. Plus they smell amazing. So it was a great way to also make that wrap cash like right up front. And we also were able to help a lot of people start in the business, because once people see that you're making cash in hand and you're signing customers, because it's like a twofer. They come, they pay the $25 for the facial wrap, so you're making cash, and they sign up as a customer. See, like you get like 2. It's like, that's awesome. And then the friend that hosted the party is like, well, wait a minute. All my friends are signing up. I want to sign up as a distributor. So here, let me blow your mind for a minute. I get all the wrap cash. So like 5 people come. I make, 25, right? Then they all want to sign up as LCs. Well, then the person who hosted wants to sign up as a distributor. So they sign up as a distributor. All those customers sign up. So now I get a fast start. And that person just got their free product. So now they're going to order stuff for their facial party, and then they're going to go have a facial party. It was just like this like ripple effect. It was awesome. And it was great. So obviously it's a face-to-face one. It's a face-to-face thing though. So like some people who have not really like gotten out of their comfort zone, don't really want to get off social media, haven't tried that yet. I suggest if you're nervous, or maybe you're like, I've heard this a few times. They're like, Nicole, I'm stagnant. Okay, let's spice it up a little bit. Go try something. Try a wrap party. Try a facial party. The next one that the company that the company's encouraging is called a sip and sample. So this is you can also use the party pad for the sip and sample. And how the sip and sample is designed is you would use the party pad, and then all that you would need for the sip and sample is the Fit 5. And so the Fit 5 is $50, and it comes with, you wouldn't obviously sample the cleanse, but you would sample the shake, the Fit 5 doesn't include the shake. I'm sorry. You would sample the keto coffee, you would sample the greens, and then obviously you would have a wrap for somebody to purchase. And so it allows people to literally sip and sample the products. And so the only variation of that party versus the wrap party is that you have a little bit of an upfront investment in that you are allowing people to sample some products up front. So I would say that the wrap party itself has virtually no investment. The sip and sample would have a medium investment, and then the facial party would have a little bit of a bigger investment. So it just depends. If you've never done a party ever, then obviously I would definitely I would do your launch party as a wrap party. But I love doing parties. You can do them online. Our team has, we call them fits, but party fit, whatever you guys want to call it, facial party, facial night, sip and sample, give it whatever kind of name you want. But really, it's just a creative way to either get out of your comfort zone, get people doing something different. Especially like my facial parties have been really successful with like my mom friends. So I don't know how many of you on here are moms. And then my mom's, like my actual mother, her friends, because I'm going to show my age here, but like my mom, they did Tupperware parties. So they're used to that, So then like when I was like, hey mom, I want to like figure out how to do these in-home parties. She was like, okay, cool. Come like practice on our people. And like I came and I did my first facial party, and I'm telling you, I was like, oh my God, everybody in the room feels obligated to buy something. And I was like, this is awesome. This is awesome. So go ask your mom, hey mom, can I get together some of your friends and can we do a facial party? And in that case, make sure that maybe you have like lip and eye and wow. And then they're like, oh my gosh, they can feel it like tightening their face. And then they just want to buy it all. And you're just like, yes. So just saying, might want to think about that because mine have been really successful. Just showing my age a little bit there, but that's okay. So, so those are like parties, okay? You can do a party in person. I suggest you at least do a launch party. If you're local to Las Vegas and you want to do a launch party, I am all over it. I will be there. If you're in like the surrounding states, I will come travel to you. My husband and I love to travel. So like Arizona, Utah, California, like I'll come to you. I'm all about it. Cool. If you're like a little bit farther away, we will find someone to come help you do a launch party. If you have guests that don't maybe want you to come to their house, because some people are like that, they don't want you to. The team has like a team party that you can invite people to, and it's online. And we basically do like an online presentation. We have raffles, you can invite them. And this way you're not out of your, like you don't have anything out of pocket. And I promise I will send them their stuff. I do send it. So we'll send it out. We'll make sure they get their stuff. You guys can share it. We'll send them all back to you guys. It's an easy way that takes the pressure off of you. So an online party is a simple way that you can do the same thing. If you're super eager and you're like, hey, I really want to do an online party, come tell us. And we'll be like, sweet, Carissa wants to throw the online party this week. Cool, fantastic, have at it. You know, like, so if you guys want to like step into that, fantastic, just let us know. So in person, those are the different ways. Online, there's a way to do that too. Another way, I don't know if any of the leaders want to pipe in about like tips. Oh, yeah, does anyone want to pipe in about tips on how to throw a party? Because I'm going to segue into how to invite people to a party before I talk about the other ways to do belly to belly. Oh yeah, Caroline mentioned you can get a Fit 5, Fit 15, or Fit 30 through your coins too. It's like every time you enroll a distributor or a little customer, you get coins on the What the Fit app, the Office app, and you can use that to redeem. That's what we've been doing for the Host to Post raffle. So all of the coins that I get, I've been like saving them up, getting a Fit 30, and that's what we're using once a month to do the big Host to Post raffle. Everybody who's people Host to Post all get entered into one big raffle, and we do like a big team-wide raffle. Okay, so how to invite people to an event. Okay, so there's a few different ways. One, if it's your launch party, when I was doing my launch party, I just sent out like a simple text or called people and I said, hey, I'm having a few friends over. I just started this like crazy thing and I just want you to come over so I can talk to you about it. I literally gave them like no information. And they're like, what is it that you're doing? I'm like, don't worry about it. Just get over here. Be here on this day. That's all you need to worry about. Just come over. And they're like, whatever. And then they, whatever, they came. Actually, the first time I tried a lunch party, I want to say one person showed up. And then I called them all back. And I'm like, seriously? I told you all to be at my house and you did not show up. So now you're going to have to come on this day. And then they all showed up. So launch party, I give like very minimal information. I'm just like, show up. The other ways, there's a few different ones. Like you can, for my mom's groups, I like to keep things simple. I will post and I'll say stuff like, so if you want to do the facial party, I'll post and say, do I have any girlfriends that want to have a girls' night out? Or any girlfriends that want to do wine night? Or any girlfriends, I have kids, so I'm like, any girlfriends want to escape their children? Hit me. So like fun stuff like that. Or like in my mom's groups, I'll be like, hey, I'm thinking about doing a facial night. Any moms want to host? And sometimes they volunteer. Sometimes I'll have it at my house. And if they volunteer, you don't have to, but I offer them the hour-long the facial for free if they have at least like 4 to 5 people. But you don't have to do that. Especially if you're brand new and you just started, like you're not in the business of losing money. So you don't have to. I've been in the business a little bit longer, so I kind of have a few more Fit coins. So I just use my Fit coins to get that extra single wrap and I get away with it that way. But if you're new and you can't, then don't worry about it. Or I will like post on my, I'll post like on my social media, you know, hey, is anybody interested in, or, you know, who's ever wanted to try like sip and sample? Perfect way to do sip and sample. Who's always wanted to try some of our products, but hasn't been able to? People comment and I message them and I said, hey, so for me, I'm the leader, and well, now that I'm like, I have a team, they know that, they know that I've been in the business a while. So I'll say, I have a few new girls that are in, you know, whatever area. And I'll say, we are looking to get them used to doing some parties. Would you be interested in hosting one for us? And they'll either say yay or nay. And I'll be like, it's super simple. I come, I bring everything. You just have to like basically just have to open your doors. Is that cool? You just invite a few friends. And they're like, yeah, cool, no problem. Or another way is you can message your like close friends and family and just say, hey, when I first started, hey, I just started this new business. I was wondering, would you like to try a wrap? Would you like to try a wrap? And they're like, most of the time they're like, heck yeah, I want to try a wrap. I say, cool. All I need from you is to invite all your friends and family to your house. What day works for you? I'll bring everything. One time we did that and I ended up with like 35 people at this girl's house. And I'm like, holy crap, I got 35 people at a party. Crap. So be prepared that might happen. So there's a few different ways. Like it doesn't have to be like super formal. I like easy, informal, simple. And then for online parties, I make that even easier. I'm like, who wants a chance to be in a raffle? Or if I have potentials that have just not signed, I'll send them. I'm the Bitmoji queen. I learned this from Araceli because she said that she still does. But she told me that she follows up via Bitmoji. So I send all my potentials who haven't signed up, I'll send them like a Bitmoji of me just like, I don't know, being funny or goofy. And I'll just invite them. And I will say, you know, either are you there, or haven't seen you in a while. Do you want to come to an online party? Or I know you've been interested in some of the products, or if they've never heard of it, like, which is crazy to me. I don't know how anybody hasn't heard of this. I don't know how anyone hasn't heard of this. I swear, it's crazy. I'll meet somebody on Instagram or something, and I'll be talking to them, and they'll be like, I don't know what this is. And I'm like, really? Well, we're having an online party tomorrow. Can I add you to Facebook and can I invite you? Just make it super straightforward and super simple. So for me, I think that inviting people, just take the like worry, don't overthink it, just invite. And then like I will actually, let me see if I can find it. Araceli made this like invite that I totally stole from her, and I'm totally going to use it for all my facial parties moving forward, of this little like word swag, and I'm totally going to use this. And it just says like facial party invite on one side. It says 15-minute facial cleanser, toner, peel. And on the other side, it says 1 hour deep hydration mask, $25. Like, hello, it sells itself. Like, super simple. And then it has space for me to write like the day, the time, the address. I like simplicity. So those are like a few different ways. So that's how to invite people, just some ideas on how to invite people to actual parties. And then I think the other belly to belly, does somebody else have like ideas, tips, tricks, anything they want to add on inviting people to parties? Besides, I have one that just like called people up and like I said, just come over, just get here. That's all you gotta do. So the other belly to belly, grassroots, however you want to call it, is blitzing. So when you first signed up, you got the Blitz cards in your kit, right? And so it's just, like I said, it's just getting out of that comfort zone and just going and talking to people. Once you once you get used to it, it's like messaging people on Facebook's kind of like, or Instagram's kind of like a virtual blitz. It's just when you're in person, it's the same way. So some tips on blitzing. For me, when I first started, even now, if I exchange my debit or credit card with somebody, I give them a Blitz card. What I love is our new Blitz card makes it so much easier because it doesn't have a person's stomach on it. So like, I know that there were some people that were like, oh, what if the person thinks that I'm calling them fat or something? I don't know. I mean, that never really crossed my mind, because I would approach it when I would give it to them. I would be like, hey, I have a health and wellness business, and I don't know if you've ever heard of us or if you're interested in this, but if you know somebody who might be, if you could give them my coupon, I would appreciate that. That's how I blitz somebody. Cashier, Starbucks drive-through. I go to Starbucks every day to make sure that I get my venti size cappuccino so I can put my keto coffee in it. If you haven't seen my lives, it's usually an adventure. So they get blitzed. The cashiers get blitzed. And most of the time they're like, yeah, I've heard of this. Some people have been like, yeah, but it's a scam. And I love that answer. I'm like, really? And then, I go into my spiel. But I think it's a super easy way to blitz people. I just refer to it as a coupon. Our new blitz cards, though, look exactly like the party pad. So it says, sip, sample, share it, get paid. And it has a picture of that girl with all the different products on it. And so so many more people now are asking me like, oh, what is this? Because it doesn't have that like graphic-y like person's stomach on it. And so it opens up a different conversation. So I think it alleviates that fear of like blitzing people and talking to them. So I really encourage you to go out and try it, because it's not that scary. I think that we just kind of like put fear in ourselves. People at restaurants, like pretty much anybody I exchange money with, I think that's the easiest way for me. And I don't know if anybody else has any like blitzing stories, but for me, it's pretty much anybody that I, like I said, that I exchange cash with. And so that is like the other like belly to belly. Other than, in-home parties, blitzing, and then you can do like wrap appointments. That's basically just like a one-on-one. And that's just like you and one other person, they set up an appointment with you, you go to them, they know that they're paying you $25 to put a wrap on them. And that's really just that intimate one-on-one time. And I have signed and sealed a lot of deals that way. I will tell you though, your time is valuable. And so I try not to have that many one-on-one appointments, because it does kind of take a lot of time. Maybe it's just me. I talk a lot, as you can tell. I literally jabbered your ear off for like 40 minutes, pretty much without stopping, like solid 40 minutes, almost without taking a breath. So that tells you what my one-on-one appointments are probably like. Okay. If you guys have any questions, comments, you want to add something, I will do like open forum. Belly to belly. I actually really I like working this business always, pretty much. I will do it anyway. I think a well-rounded business is, you just, like I said, you just never know what you're going to be good at. Like, we thought that we were just going to be solely social. And then we started doing expos and events and in-home parties and like we've tried it all. And so, they're just sometimes like, for us, it's just been, sometimes there's seasons. So you never know. Try. Questions?
Hey, Nicole, how do we approach the whole them having to pay $25 if they get a wrap done ahead of time, or wait till they get there?
I think it's up to you, and I think it's up to like your demographic. I think like some people. Oh, sorry. So for my facial parties, like I let them know ahead of time, like it's going to be $25 for a 1 hour facial, or you can do a 15-minute one for free. So they know ahead of time, like they're going to be paying, $25 for a facial. For the wrap parties, if I am coming to someone's house, like somebody else is hosting, I give them basically like an idea of the wording to send to somebody else. So it basically says, oh, my friend's coming over. She's going to bring a bunch of stuff, and she has those body wraps. You can try one for only $25. So and so they know ahead of time to bring money. If I'm throwing the party, like if I'm doing like my own launch party, when I did my own launch party, I said, I started a business. I want you guys to come over. I just told them to just hurry up and come. I didn't know what I was doing. Now I would tell them ahead of time to because you're doing a launch party, right?
Yeah, I'm going to try it. I'm trying to see if I can get people that are actually interested in it.
Yeah. So what I would do is I would, when you send out invites, I would say, you know, I just started my business. I'm super excited. You guys can all come over. I'm taking free reservations for wraps. Because I did this, like I've done that too, where I've let people like pre-buy their wraps for $25 and say, because, you know, I'll only have a limited few on site. And so that's an easy way to get people to purchase ahead of time so that you kind of know how many you need. And that's worked really well for me. And then this way they know, like, oh, okay, cool, I can purchase this. Or, and then they'll respond and be like, okay, well, will I be able to purchase there? And then I'll say, if you don't have the money before the party, just let me know if you think that you're going to want to buy one, and I'll make sure that, you know, I'll try to keep someone. And so it kind of gives you an idea of the people, if they're interested enough to respond back to you and be like, okay, cool. Or they'll say like, well, what is this wrap? And be like, well, you can try one for $25. You're going to love it. So you start a conversation with them.
Okay.
So that's how.
Alrighty. Thank you.
You're welcome. And that's another thing too. Like sometimes like if I've done, like parties, like I've just done wrap parties at my house, like at the house, like especially on like promotion months when I'm really pushing for like lots of volume, besides the fact that my like life is just crazy, I will work the business like me personally, you don't have to do this, but I personally will work the business any type of way. So I will have in-home parties. And when I invite people or anything like that, I will message them out and say, hey, I just want to make sure I have enough wraps on hand. I'm taking deposits up front. So if you want to reserve your wrap now and make sure that you have it, you can send me the $25. And this way I know I already have their money and I don't got to worry about it. So like I use PayPal, Square, or whatever. So you can do that too. But you just want to make sure that you actually get paid for the wrap. I've seen some people who like just forgot to get the money and then they just never get it. And I would hate for that to happen to any of you guys. And then you're out. Like we're just not in the business for you to be losing money. And I just would hate for that to happen to you. So also like a lot of my expo leads have been a really like I know some of you on here, not everybody, but like some of you on here have done vendor events, and a lot of like brides have been really great sources of facial parties, like great sources. I've been like, hey, why don't we do a facial party for your bridal shower? All of your bridesmaids are all in the same place. Why don't we all just come over? I'll bring everything. You as the bride can get your facial for free, and then everybody else gets pays only $25 for a full hour-long facial. It'll be so much fun. I think it's all like, if you're excited, they're excited. And like, it's fun. Like you are going to have fun. So if you know friends that are getting married or they're having a baby shower or something like that, go ask them. It's fun. They'll have fun. You'll have fun. Okay. I rather do some more parties. How do you typically find your hostess? So like I said, I do moms groups. I think of like friends, like, or potentials. Like if I have potentials that have really wanted to try a wrap, or they really wanted to try, maybe they wanted to try out the coffee. Like that's a good one for sip and sample, that are local to me. Okay. If you're looking for more of like a local team, Facebook has an app called Facebook Local, and you can download it, and it gives you like all of these like events and stuff that are local to you. And you can add people in that area, like wherever you live. And so you can connect with more people, like I said, that are local to you. And you can be a creeper and go show up to events that people are at, and you can network and make connections. Or you can just add them on Facebook. And you can build more of like a local following. And so doing parties would make more sense locally if you did that. So moms groups, local people that you just know, friends that you know, like I said, people that are pregnant, doing baby showers, bridal showers. Like I said, I know it sounds kind of crazy, but your physical mother and her friends, because I'm telling you, they're used to Tupperware parties and stuff like that. So they're a good practice source. Okay. Try them. Or like your mother-in-law or stuff like that. Like, you know, they're a good practice. If you've never done one and you're nervous, practice on your, your in-laws or something. So there's lots of places. Sometimes I just post on Facebook. I'm like, who's a Vegas local and has ever wanted to try a wrap? So there's a way. Okay, I blitzed a line of customers at the dollar store last night. It was so fun. Had a wrap on and they were like, oh my God. See, some people would, I don't know. I've only wrapped in public or worn my wrap out in public very few times. But I probably should do that more often. I used to. I don't know why. So Nicole, if we want to do a launch party, of course. I will. Absolutely, Kayla. I will be there. Yes, I can post the invite. I will post the invite on the team page. Does anybody have any other questions or need anything else from me? I will actually. Okay, that concludes our belly to belly.